I am excited to share 10 fragrances today that are my go-to relaxing fragrances. Whenever I want to feel at peace, whenever I want to de-stress, these are the fragrances I reach for, whether it be trying to get ready for a morning of working from home or when I want to unwind when I go to bed at night. These are the fragrances that are my go-tos. There are a bunch of options here from really affordable to designer to niche. So let's get into it. But before we get started, if you don't know me and you haven't seen my videos before, hello, my name is Anya. I publish fragrance content here on YouTube. I publish videos every single Wednesday along with bonus videos in between. So if you're interested in seeing more of my content, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about my latest videos. Let's start off with a classic. I'm talking about Gucci's Memoir de Noir. This is a lovely scent, absolutely a very unique scent in the industry in my personal opinion. It has notes of jasmine, chamomile, bitter almond, and a base of sandalwood. And this is a perfume that when you smell it, it's just instantly a nostalgic fragrance. It's absolutely lovely. It's very beautiful. However, my only caveat with this scent is I need to spray this on a lot to be able to smell it. So I definitely need to overspray this fragrance. This is not a scent that stays with me. It kind of disappears after a few hours, which is possibly why my bottle is already halfway through, so I'm contemplating buying a backup of this. It is discontinued, so you kind of have to get your hands on it while you still can. But it's a gorgeous scent, so this is absolutely a comforting fragrance that everyone seems to really like, and for good reason. This next scent is more of a niche option by Mandarine Basil. It's called Basilica. This is one of my favorite scents at the moment. It is so unique and so lovely in my opinion. It smells like, to put it very simply, za'atar bread. So it smells like za'atar bread. It smells buttery, bready, gourmand, but a savory gourmand, and it's very, very herbal. This kind of smells like a witchy scent, I guess. It smells also like being in a cathedral. It's a very interesting scent, and I remember I got this perfume when I was at Scent Bar in New York City. I wanted a scent to kind of chronicle my trip there, and I was testing a lot of fragrances and trying a lot of different gourmands, and I came across this one, and something about it was just absolutely magnetic to me. I believe it has notes of rosemary and thyme, and you can definitely smell those herbal accords. It smells amazing, and it's so cozy. It has a slight bready note in here that actually does stay throughout the uh, life cycle of this fragrance, if you will. But I absolutely love this. It is on the lighter side, but I have noticed, okay, I bought this perfume in the summertime when it was a bit hot out, and now I'm wearing it in the winter, and it actually, I don't know if it's just my imagination, but it actually stays a lot better in the wintertime. So I spray it on when I'm going to sleep at night, and I can smell it on my clothing for days afterward. This is such a gorgeous scent, absolutely comforting to me. This is just a scent I wear just for me because it just has all the things in it that makes me feel very cozy and very comforted and just very good. So I love herbs. I love that bready scent, and this is absolutely it for me. That's just my interpretation of it, but I love this fragrance so much. It's absolutely amazing. Again, this is Basilica by Mandarine Basil. Next up is a fragrance I absolutely love whenever I just want to feel comforted, whenever I'm having a bad day, whenever I'm feeling under the weather. This is an absolute go-to for me. It's Casimir by Chopard. It's a vintage interpretation of notes like coconut, mango, floral notes. It's so beautiful, and to me it smells like a peach. It smells like a peach tart, but with a classic twist. It's just so beautiful. So if you're looking for a fragrance that's super hyper realistic in terms of being a gourmand perfume, this is probably not going to satisfy your need. But if you like your slightly vintage smelling accords, this is definitely one to try. It is So beautiful. It is available on Amazon if you want to check my storefront. It is amazing. I really like this one. For some people, it does take some getting used to because it is such a vintage scent. It's definitely a fragrance that leans more towards a classic interpretation of perfumery. It's not a modern scent, in my opinion, but I love this one. It's just so comforting to me, and whenever I'm having like kind of like a bad day, this is an instant pick me up. I love this one. Another scent that's also discontinued, this is a designer fragrance. It's Elizabeth Arden Fifth Avenue Royale. This is a gorgeous suede and raspberry combination. I believe it has a basic patchouli. This is absolutely lovely. It's just a very versatile fragrance. It's just really good. I really like this one, and because the leather here is very suede-like, it does have that note of suede. It's just very comforting and very nice. It's a fruity fragrance with a little bit of more depth and complexity. I really, really like this one. It is definitely on the lighter side. It's not your heavier fragrance, so you do have to overspray this one if you want it to last. But I would suggest getting your hands on this one if you are interested in this kind of scent profile, like a velvety suede with raspberry. It's very good and a very versatile fragrance. Definitely a very comforting scent. I really like this one, Fifth Avenue Royale by Elizabeth Arden. I have to include a powdery vanilla in this video, and this is an affordable option by Lattafa. You know how much I love that brand. But this is Abed Poudre. I haven't spoken about this fragrance in quite some time, but this is a powdery vanilla that leans kind of peachy in my opinion. It's almost like a baby powder fragrance with that peachy vanilla. It has a soft spiciness in terms in the form of cardamom. It is really, really beautiful, and I really like it. It's a very versatile scent. It's comforting. It's very cozy. I think as it gets a little bit colder, powdery scents are definitely a great way to just feel like you're in that comforted kind of bubble, and this is definitely a great option for that. Anna Abed Poudre, I don't think a lot of people really talk about this one, and I don't know why, since it is one of my go-to fragrances. So if you love powdery vanilla fragrances, this is definitely one to try. I really love this one. Speaking of comforting vanillas, let's talk about a classic, Mon Guerlain by Guerlain. I love this scent. It's lavender with vanilla, and it's so beautiful. It's a slightly more aromatic take on a vanilla fragrance, but it's stunning. It's so nice. It leans to me quite, yeah, it leans to me like aromatic with that gourmand and a bit of lavender. It is so, so beautiful. Mon Guerlain, it's a classic. Yeah, you can see my dent in this one. This is definitely a standout fragrance in my collection. I wear it often and I love it. So Mon Guerlain, lavender in a way that's very comforting, very enveloping. Sometimes, in my opinion, certain lavender fragrances can lean a little bit too too heavy to be considered a comforting scent. But this, to me, is a fragrance that I reach for whenever I want something comforting and cozy, because the lavender here is not too overdone. It's not too sweet. It's just a really beautiful classic fragrance that I absolutely love. So this is Mon Guerlain by Guerlain. This next one is by Dolce Gabbana. It's L'Impératrice, and honestly, this is such a beautiful fragrance for me. So as you can probably tell with this video, whenever I want a comforting scent, I lean for fragrances that are a little bit lighter in their composition. I want some fragrances that are more airy. I don't want any, really not any, but I don't want a lot of heavy hitters whenever I'm looking for that comforting fragrance. And whenever I want something that's light, that's bright, that just gives me that sensation, I go for L'Impératrice by Dolce Gabbana. This is a lovely fragrance. You can get this smaller size. I believe this is a 50 milliliter bottle, and you can also get the larger 3.4 ounce, which I already have a backup of because I clearly love this scent. This is honestly my go-to work from home fragrance. I know that sounds a little bit odd, but whenever I am starting my day off, I just spray this all over me and I instantly feel energized. I feel so comforted. This is a watermelon, cyclamen, and rhubarb scent with a little bit of kiwi. It is it is quite tart, a hint of sweetness, and I absolutely love this. And it stays on for a few hours, but it does have a gorgeous sillage. So this is one that I absolutely overspray because I just love the way this smells. It is absolutely beautiful. L'Imperatrice by Dolce Gabbana. You can still, I don't think it's been discontinued, but you can get this at a pretty good price at the discount sites. And you can also try it in store if you go to Ulta or Sephora. I believe they still have this one available. This is amazing. Such a unique scent. Very light, tart. It's just so beautiful. I love this one. And I think it's, I mean, clearly one of my favorites in this video because look at how much I've used this one. The next fragrance is one that I do not have a full bottle of, so this is a bit of an honorable mention, but nonetheless, this is a fragrance that to me absolutely is the epitome of a comforting scent. It's Piano Central by Listra Peram, and it's so beautiful. This is a soft, woody, kind of spicy, but not really, lactonic fragrance with a skin note, cumin, milk, sandalwood. This smells like someone's skin, but better, and it also has pretty impressive longevity. I got this sample when I was shopping at Le Sillage by JB. I bought a full bottle and I got this sample, and honestly, I've been considering getting this fragrance for quite a bit, but having this sample on hand has definitely incentivized me to pretty much put this on my full bottle wish list. I think this will be my next full bottle purchase because it's so beautiful. It has very impressive staying power. It's just so comforting. So the fragrances I wear honestly the most often are fragrances like these where I can just spray them on and I feel just instantly invigorated, energized. I feel good. And this is one of those fragrances. Piano Central, so gorgeous, chef's kiss. This is a beautiful scent. I want to include an honorable mention for a fragrance that I cannot find right now. I've been reorganizing things in my fragrance collection and I think it might have gotten lost in the shuffle, but I absolutely love Sol de Janeiro's Cheirosa 40 whenever I want something that's super comforting. It's a body mist, but honestly, so many of their body mists function equally well as fragrances, so I just use them interchangeably with my other fragrances. This particular one is a vanilla plum, blackcurrant kind of scent. It's a lactonic fragrance, so it's on the lighter side, but it's so comforting. I specifically love wearing this fragrance when I'm going to bed or even if I'm traveling, which is, I think, how I misplaced it because I was in London a few weeks ago and I'm very bad at unpacking my items, so I think I just might have like either taken it out of my backpack and forgot that I took it out or where I put it, but it's one of those fragrances that I very much rely on whenever I want to feel super comforted, whenever I want to feel at home. It's one of those specific scents. So when I was in London, I wore that scent a lot because I just wanted to feel, I wanted to feel like I had a little bit of my home life with me. Because sometimes when you're traveling, you just find yourself a little bit disoriented when you're in a different situation that you're not used to. Even though you might enjoy it, you still want something that reminds you of who you are at home, and that was the fragrance for me. I wore it very heavily there, and it's still one of my favorite scents for unwinding, for relaxing. That's a gorgeous scent. It's also very affordable. I believe around $20–25. Sol de Janeiro is so amazing when it comes to their body mists. I love them, but I feel like Cheirosa 40 is currently my most worn scent because it is so relaxing and so versatile. I would like to talk to you about another Guerlain fragrance. This is newer to my collection. It's Mandarine Basil, and this is specifically the Forte version. So Forte means stronger or louder, I believe, in French or Italian. can't remember, but this is the Eau de Parfum version. Previously, this fragrance has been available in the Eau de Toilette, but I was lucky enough to get it in the Eau de Parfum, which I actually prefer because this does last longer. It has a higher concentration of scent oils. So I absolutely love this one. And this is interesting because it's an aromatic, fresh, spicy scent with citrus. So it's a citrusy fragrance, but it has a little bit of a unique complexity to it, which I really do love and gravitate towards. This has absolutely been a scent that I have fallen in love with since I bought this fragrance. It is so beautiful with mandarin, basil, green tea, like a little bit of chamomile. It is so lovely, and it also has a sandalwood and amber base. So this is one that I absolutely love. I would say in terms of my go-to most comforting fragrances, I'm going to give you my top 3 from this video, the ones I've been wearing the most often. I would say this one, Mandarine Basil by Guerlain, Dolce Gabbana L'Imperatrice, and Basilica by Anechkafragrances. So if I had to choose 3 from this video, I would definitely go for these options, but all the fragrances I mentioned are excellent options if you're looking for comforting, cozy scents to wear as we transition into the winter months. But regardless, I think perfume is supposed to be something that makes you feel good. So while I really love fragrances that make an impact when I'm meeting other people, I love fragrances that people compliment me on, there are a bunch of fragrances in my collection that I have purely because they activate a scent memory for me or they make me feel a certain way. Whenever I'm having a bad day, a fragrance can make me feel more comforted, more at peace, more relaxed, and I am very happy to say that these fragrances are absolutely amazing options for feeling just that. So thank you so much for watching until the end of this video. I do hope you enjoyed it and were able to find some options for you to try out if you want some comforting fragrances, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.